Google just released Vista, and this thing is absolutely wild. It's an AI video generator that rewrites its own prompts and gets better with every attempt, no training required. And here's the kicker. It beat Veo 3, Google's flagship video model, in 60% of head-to-head tests. We're talking about an AI that essentially coaches itself to produce better videos through pure iteration. This could completely reshape how we think about AI video generation. So how does something like this even work? Vista doesn't just take your prompt and hope for the best. It breaks down your idea into a full production blueprint. Every scene gets mapped out with 9 specific elements: how long it runs, what type of scene it is, who's in it, what they're doing, what they're saying, the visual setting, camera movements, sound design, and the overall mood. It's like having a director's shot list before a single frame gets generated. But the real magic happens next. Vista creates multiple video candidates from that plan, then throws them into what the research team calls a tournament system. Videos compete against each other in pairs. Winner moves forward, loser gets eliminated. Think March Madness, but for AI-generated clips. Before any comparison happens, though, the system analyzes each video with what they call probing critiques. So instead of blindly picking winners, it's actually understanding what makes each video work or fail before making any judgments. Once a winning video emerges from the tournament, things get even more interesting. Vista brings in 3 specialized judges for each of 3 categories: visual quality, audio quality, and contextual accuracy. Within each category, there's a normal judge scoring the video, an adversarial judge actively hunting for flaws, and a meta judge that weighs both perspectives. This setup is literally inspired by how legal juries work, designed to catch problems that a single evaluator would miss completely. The visual judges check for things like image clarity, how smooth the motion looks, whether things stay consistent across frames, camera focus quality, and safety concerns. Audio judges evaluate sound quality, whether audio matches what's happening on screen, and audio safety. Context judges look at whether everything makes logical sense, if the story flows properly, whether text matches visuals, if physics look realistic, how engaging it is, and whether transitions feel natural. After all that scrutiny, Vista deploys what they call a deep thinking prompting agent. This isn't just tweaking a word or two. The agent goes through 6 distinct reasoning phases. First, it identifies exactly what went wrong based on low scores. Then it clarifies what the ideal outcome should look like. It checks whether the original prompt had enough detail. It figures out if problems came from model limitations or just poor prompting. It detects any conflicting instructions or vague language. And finally, it proposes specific modifications to fix those issues. Then the entire process repeats. New videos get generated from the improved prompts, another tournament runs, fresh critiques roll in, and prompts get refined again. By default, Vista runs 5 iterations, 1 initial round plus 4 improvement cycles. In each cycle, it samples 5 different prompts with 3 variations each, generating 2 videos per prompt. That's 30 videos every iteration. Computationally expensive? Absolutely. But the performance gains justify every penny. The benchmark results are honestly impressive. Google tested Vista on 2 datasets, one with 100 single-scene prompts and another with 161 multi-scene prompts. Compared to direct prompting, where you just feed in your raw idea with 0 optimization, Vista crushed it. By the 5th iteration, it won nearly 46% of both single-scene and multi-scene tests, with a gap of 32 to 35 percentage points between wins and losses. They also pitted Vista against other optimization methods like visual self-refine and VPO. Those other approaches showed inconsistent results. Sometimes they'd improve, sometimes they'd actually get worse with more iterations. Visual self-refine started strong but hit a ceiling fast. VPO bounced around randomly with no clear pattern. Vista just kept climbing steadily, proving it's genuinely learning rather than stumbling into better outputs by chance. To validate this further, they brought in 5 expert annotators who specialize in prompt optimization. These folks compared Vista's results against the best competing models after 5 iterations. Vista won 66.4% of those matchups. When experts rated full optimization runs on a scale of 1 to 5, Vista averaged 3.78, while the next best system only hit 3.33. Visual quality scores jumped from 3.36 to 3.77. Audio quality went from 3.21 to 3.47. The technical backbone uses Gemini 2.5 Flash as the language model. Brain and VO3 as the video generator, both cutting-edge systems. They even tested it with VO2, a weaker model, and Vista still improved performance. Though not as dramatically. That's actually a good sign because it means the system can work with various model capabilities. One fascinating aspect is how Vista handles hallucinations. VO3, like most video models, sometimes generates random stuff you never asked for. Text overlays appearing out of nowhere, music when you wanted silence, objects vanishing mid-scene, characters defying physics. Vista reduces this by enforcing strict constraints during planning and penalizing videos that break those rules during selection. Unless you explicitly request captions, any video with them gets dinged. Same for music or voiceovers. Videos where objects move at impossible speeds or nonsensical directions get filtered out. The instruction-following improvements are genuinely striking. In one test, they requested a factory scene with a blade battery on a conveyor, a yellow industrial robot, and a screen displaying yield percentages in simplified Chinese. Direct prompting either missed the robot entirely or botched the text. Vista nailed every detail. Another test asked for gremlins on a wooden roller coaster moving forward while the camera tracked backward. Direct prompting created gremlins zooming backward at ridiculous speeds, completely breaking physics. Vista got it right. Gremlins forward. Camera backward, smooth and natural. This fits into a broader shift happening in AI research right now called test time optimization. Instead of building bigger models or fine-tuning for specific tasks, you use computational power during inference to search for better outputs. OpenAI's doing this with reasoning models. Now Vista's doing it for video. This is actually the first black box test time prompt optimization framework specifically for video generation. There are limitations, of course. The system relies on multimodal language models as judges, which can introduce bias. Human evaluations help balance that, but they're expensive and don't scale easily. The quality metrics assume certain creative styles that might not fit every context, and Vista's ceiling depends entirely on the underlying models it's using. It can't magically exceed their capabilities, but even with those constraints, the results are undeniable. Vista beat VO3 in 60% of tests, won 66.4% of expert evaluations, and showed consistent improvement with every iteration. Better instruction following, fewer hallucinations. Smoother multi-scene videos, tighter audio-visual sync, all achieved at test time without any retraining. For media companies, marketers, educators, and content creators, this could be transformative. Lower production costs, faster workflows, and content scaling that was impossible before. So are we witnessing the future of AI video creation, or just scratching the surface of something far bigger? Either way, Vista just raised the bar significantly for what's possible with generative video, and that's just the beginning. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.